Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as T. Miss T. Oh, shit, I ain't even prepared. I ain't got everything I'm supposed to have. But y'all see this thumbnail said desperate. Shakur Stevenson calls out all the top lightweights, but he knows they ain't paying attention to him. Now, we just got to figure out why. I see you in here, ATL Shawty. They say, yo, but y'all know the drill. What we do first, let's turn to. Welcome back. I see now I'm going to have to change up my intro song because that thing be having glitches. I told y'all, if y'all see that when y'all looking at the intro, let me know. Anyway, we got y'all see the thumbnail, what I put up there, picture of Shakur, saying basically think they scared of him. Desperate, Shakur Stevenson calls out the top lightweights, but he knows that they're scared, and we got to get into why. Or, we got to at least pontificate about it. Anyway, y'all know at the top of my hour, I do a water check. Today, I'm at my goal. I've been drinking water all day. And like I said, sometimes just to get your water up, you got to kind of trick your mind. Like, every now and then, I want a soda, but I don't want a whole soda. I may be cool with a sip here and there, or, or I ain't going to say a sip, a gulp here and there. Like, I find that when I'm out and about, and let's say I get a bottle of soda, some of y'all call it pop, I'll drink, like, it don't even get to the halfway mark before I'm tired of the soda. I like my sodas ice cold, like ice cold. But I'll drink a little bit, and then I'm done with it. And that comes from drinking a lot of water. So I always tell you, front load your water. Even with eating, front load the stuff that you should eat over the stuff you shouldn't eat, and trick your body. Or like if you sit down for a meal, drink 8 ounces of water before you get into your meal. That'll guarantee you won't overeat because you will be satiated by the time you eat your proper portion. It'll help you get proper portions too. So try that out. I always tell you, America is notorious for giving out proper information, but they don't do it in a way that connects the dot. So, this notion to anybody who's listening, that feel like they want to go on a calorie deficit diet, man, let that shit go. That shit ain't never really, to me, helped nobody. Does it work? It can work, but not in the way that you can organize it. There's so many factors that got to go into it. Let that go. Just do little stuff. Like that was the purpose of the salad. Eat a salad first, drink some water, then eat your meal. You guaranteed to eat a portion of this processed food that we get and all that. But water, water, water. I did meet my goal. I had like 12 bottles of water equivalent because I got the cooler now. So I just been going up to it, filling up a cup that's bigger than 16 ounces down in that shit. I even made tea because my cooler dispenses hot water. So to me, I look at that like water because I had tea. I sweeten it with honey. Come on now. It's kind of like water too. ATL said water, 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 no sugar. Something sugar, no sugar. You know what I'm saying? And as you know, me and ATL, we have our famous debate. There's no way you can avoid sugar if you're eating. There's no way you can avoid it. Sugar is in everything. But he don't believe me. But we could get into that later. But what's up, bro? So water check, if you're not a big water drinker, we advocate here at Boxing Fans Talk TV that you drink at least twice a day. First thing in the morning, treat your body like it's an engine, the water to lube. Have you 8 ounces of water sitting on the stand. Learn how to drink room temperature water or get a mini fridge. I advocate that too. It's not going to wreck your electric bill to have a mini fridge. I have a 36-inch high mini fridge and I keep my water in there. So, now I got the cooler. I got 2 buttons. One is cool and one is cold. So it dispenses the water like ice cold, or it dispenses the water like it's in a cool like temperature. And then I got a hot button, where I can get some hot ass water. So look, do that. Like I said, if you making tea, the trick to making tea, sweeten your tea with honey. Stop sweetening your tea with sugar. Because you take away the elements and the essence of the tea. When you do that, tea is meant to have properties and help you, especially if y'all into that yogi tea that does like the calming down, like they got the calm down, the chamomile tea, I'm sorry. And they got the other type of teas that do different things. The minute you add sugar to it, you have taken away its effects. But honey is a different kind of sugar. That's God's sugar. And honey, you can't OD on honey. Whenever you talk about God's sugar, when that's that natural sugar, where you ain't got to make it or process it or anything, you'll find that you can't OD on those type of sugars. And those type of sugars do not add fat to you. It's actually good. It has good properties. So I put honey in all my tea. And I'm not a person who used to like honey. But not only is honey going to help you sweeten things, it's going to help you climatize to the area you are in. It's going to help you with allergies and all this stuff. Because a lot of people in America today are suffering from some type of allergic reaction to whatever. Because of the type of foods we eat and the toxic environment that we living in. Like a lot of people don't know this. I would never live near an airport. And it was like, well, how far is a good distance? If you can see the airport, the planes are landing, they always fly over your neighborhood as they descending and shit, that's too close. If it take you like 10 minutes or something to get to the airport from where you live, that's probably too close. Why? Because quiet as kept, planes dump fuel as they land. They don't like to land on a full tank. They can have problems or accidents or whatever when they land with a full tank. They empty their tank of gas as they land. That you can't feel that shit touching you, but you touching it, it's touching you. So that's some toxic gas is toxic, right? So that's touching you. You breathing it in. It's seeping through your skin every day, all day. ATL said he got his Walmart water. Whatever water that suits you. And go to Barney's or somewhere and get you the litmus paper so you can test if, like, I get mine out the ground. I feel my tank is, I told you, we got a freshwater spring right down the street, come straight out the ground. They set it up so it can come through these tubes or whatever, but it's straight groundwater and fresh spring water. And so we test it. I test it all the time when I get it to make sure that it is not contaminated. Because I can't tell you what somebody's doing on the land that is coming from around. I just want to make sure. But yeah, we got that first thing in the morning. You know what our bodies go through. Most of us get up first thing in the morning and got to use the bathroom. So I say, drink you 8 ounces of water before you get your day going. As soon as your toes hit that ground, that's what you do. First things first. The second time you should drink water is at night when you get out the shower, because guess what? You're going to put on your pajamas and you're going to look at a program or two on TV. You're going to read a magazine article. You're going to read a book or whatever you're going to do. But you're going to do all this right before you go into your deep sleep. You don't just get out the shower, lay in the bed, and then boom, you're in a deep sleep. But the deep sleep is necessary for your health. Point blank, period. That's all you need to know about that. Make sure you get a deep sleep and adequate sleep every night. Not cat naps, of real sleep that you go through the sleep phases. When you go through those phases, you do a lot of work. Even though you sleep, it's a lot of work going on. A lot of revamping, recharging, rebooting, recreating, recycling. I mean, it's a lot of shit going on. And it takes a lot of energy to do that stuff. That's why in a deep sleep, the average person burns between 900 to 1,000 calories at night in a deep sleep. Now think about this. You don't get that in a workout. You can't even get that in a regular workout. The average person who going balls to wall in a workout, an hour and a half workout, is burning like 300 to 350 calories. 1,000 will be more. So you want to drink your water to help everything move in a timely manner and an efficient way. Okay? And so that's why you want to drink your water at least those 2 times out the day. And if you get accustomed to that, then add another time a day. You know what I'm saying? Make it 3 times a day. Make it 4. Water ain't something. If you're not a big water drinker, you just don't wake up and be like, I'm going to drink a gallon. But every adult should be able to drink a gallon of water. That's 8 pounds of liquid, if you want to know it like that. But everybody should drink a gallon of water per day. But here at Boxing Fans Talk TV, we suggest that you shoot for 100. We know there's a formula. If you talk about people that are a lot smaller, the formula is half your body weight in ounces of water. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you should drink every day 50 ounces of water. After all, and everybody know this, the human body is approximately 70% water anyway. This is why you should drink your water. Ain't nothing you gonna ever do in life is gonna succeed if you don't drink your water. That's right, I said it. I don't care if we talk about your work. It sounds funny, but how you gonna have a good day at work if you dehydrated? You know what I'm saying? And dehydration causes its own problems. Can that affect your work if you're not drinking water? How you gonna think clearly without your brain being fogged up or bogged down if you don't drink your proper amount of water? Water carries oxygen. Isn't oxygen needed for all your body parts? This is another reason why you should drink water. So look, drink your water. Don't let it be that 2023 and forward, nobody in the world should be dehydrated or have issues from lack of drinking water. Sometimes we got illnesses out there. We don't know where it stemmed from. It probably stemmed from lack of drinking water. That's kind of like, I ain't say half the battle, but that's a good chunk of the battle of getting healthy. is drinking water. It don't matter what diet you trying to do, whatever you trying to do. If you don't hydrate yourself properly, and that's with water, you're going to fail. That's it. That's all. So let's get into some housekeeping. Please, 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 at my James Brown voice, hit the like and share button and subscribe. If you've already subscribed, no need to subscribe again. I got you locked in. You good to go. And when you watching me on replay or now, if you got any questions, statements, or whatever, you can make statements during the live chat. But if you got any questions later or statements or something you want to say, leave a comment. I read them and I answer them. And then you can hit me up at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. That's boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. Hit me up there and leave a statement or two or whatever. I got you. And y'all see that little green $sign? That's my Cash App. For some reason, I'm not monetized yet. There's some freaky, funny business going on with this YouTube and my requirements. But right now, I can only receive Cash Apps. I'm not monetized yet. So Boxing Fans Talk TV with the $sign in front, that's my Cash App. Don't be afraid to use it. All proceeds pretty much go back into the channel. I come on Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time most days. Unless I ain't got nothing to talk about, I'll be damned if I get on here and talk about shit that ain't nothing, really going on. But now that we got all that out the way, let's get into the show. So Shakur Stevenson poses a challenge to Tank Davis. That should not surprise anybody. Shakur been out here for a minute trying to get on, meaning he moved up to the 135 division recently, and he's been trying to get fights with notable fighters. And he actually, which I thought was a good idea, he showed how he went down the list, I guess the pound for pound list, and he showed how he asked this person, and he's being transparent with the boxing fans or the boxing community how this person don't want to fight him. And so he's been doing that lately. So this is what he been saying, or is quoted as being said. Come shut me up. That's kind of bold, right? Come shut me up. Who you think he talking to? Come shut me up. Well, that message goes as a shout out to Tank Davis. Nigga, come shut me up. That's Shakur. Tank, that ain't me saying it. That is Shakur Stevenson saying it. Come shut me up. Is how he put it. He wants to see if Tank can take him on and win. Because, here at Boxing Fans Talk TV, I believe that Shakur Stevens could beat everybody in the 135 division. And it has a lot to do with his skills and abilities and their abilities in the boxing ring, pretty much. It is never personal with me. I'm not going to pick Shakur over Tank because I like Shakur better. Never that. Never would I do that. If Ryan Garcia was better than all of them, I'll be like, yeah, I don't like Ryan, but shit, that motherfucker can fight. So anybody that I pick here at Boxing Fans Talk TV, I'm picking them for their skills. And I personally happen to believe that Shakur is the better 135 pounder as of today. Now, each boxer believes that they are the bee's knees when it comes to their abilities and skills inside that ring. And if you're a boxer, that's something you should have within your repertoire. You should feel you the best. You should know you the best. This is how you got to carry yourself. If you a boxer and you don't feel you the best or know you the best, you ain't got no business boxing. Point blank, period. ATL said, I always drink water before I go to bed. That's a good habit, y'all. Fistiana Fice is in the building. What's poppin', Queen? So Shakur know he the best. Shakur know it's a lot of things he could do good across the board. Now Tank can do a lot of things too, but there's certain flaws I've seen in Tank. But shit, but when Tank get going, I'm a fan of Tanks. Now, even though I got Shakur beating Tank, I don't think it's gonna be easy. I don't say that Tank don't have a chance. But as a boxing fan, this makes it even better because if Shakur and Tank were to ever fight, I want to go into a fight feeling like I'm leaning towards this way, but I don't know. It's going to be a barn burner. I'd rather see fights like that than to see fights where I'm saying, he's going to beat his ass. I already know. The whole point about sports is being great that day. And what's amazing about sports, period, is can you actuate being that great on a consistent basis? Like, can Tom Brady do what he did on a consistent basis? When he played for the New England Patriots, they had their nice little run. And then he went down to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that fell off. Nobody was checking. I don't watch football, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think that they were not the prima donna football teams as of late until Tom Brady went there now and took them to a Super Bowl, I think. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Kansas City Chiefs, not till Patrick Mahomes got up there. What was they doing? Do you see what I'm saying? So if you can take a person and it don't matter where you place them, everything gets better when they come around in the field of sports. Hey, that's how we become fans and be like, oh my God, what is your blueprint? What are you doing to be that great? And boxing is no different. This is why you come up with the pound for pound list. Even though that list is subjective, you know, I can have a list, you can have a list, everybody can have a list, but we have to base it on something, right? So when I say Shakur can beat everybody at 135, it don't mean I'm not a big fan of other 135 pounders. I'm going to tell you the 135 pounders that I like. Shakur, even though he not all the way, I know he just had that one fight, so he new to the ranks. But you got, I'm a big fan of Tanks, big fan. I'm a fan of Isaac Cruz. I might be starting to be a fan of Keyshawn Davis and maybe Frank Martin. What make me not a fan of people in boxing is when the consensus tried to front load us and tell us XYZ, you know what I'm saying? Or when they trying to put the cart before the horse. Like right now, I can tell you, a lot of people is bigging up Frank Martin on the level that he's not there yet. He's not there. And the only thing that makes him popular is who he rolled with. And I can't sanction that. I'm one person, and I'm probably not the only one to feel that way, but I can't sanction that. He don't get elevated in my eyes just because Derek James is his trainer or he worked under Errol Spence. That don't mean shit. Y'all don't hear me bragging and saying Keyshawn Davis is the second coming and who he rolled with. He rolling with my favorite fighter, Bud Crawford and them. You don't see me putting him on the pedestal. He new to the fucking boxing world as far as professional fighting goes. He got to prove himself. We got to see if he don't trip himself up or make a lot of mistakes when the level of competition increases, can he still maintain what we've been seeing? Can he maintain what we've been seeing because of the shit he do or don't do outside the boxing ring? All of that still got to be gleaned. So before I put the cart before the horse with him, I'm going to just sit back and wait. They put the cart before the horse with Ryan. And sometimes you put that cart before the horse and these people have some come-ups, like Ryan with endorsement deals. Who else with his record or his level of expertise has gotten endorsement deals? Ryan, to me, was never an elite fighter. He was a good fighter. He might have even been an excellent. He was a good fighter, though. But elite, no. And he was in the ring with an elite fighter in Tank Davis. He was. Is Tank Davis legendary? No. He ain't been boxing long enough for me to give him that kind of title, for anyone to give him that title. Secondly, you became legendary after you fought Ryan Garcia, who is what all, at best, a prospect. Well, I can't even say that because he did win the title eliminator on something. He a soft contender. So you become legendary by beating a contender, and a meaning one person? No. You can't become legendary for that. You had one pay-per-view where you broke 1 million pay-per-view buys. Okay. Very good. You're going to have success, like that, more than likely. But you can't set your watch to the fact that he going to run that back like that. You can't guarantee that. You can't even, from that one incident, you can't turn around and say, Tank is a pay-per-view star. You can set your watch to it. Because you can't. And before people start acting like they don't know what I'm saying, you can set your watch to Mayweather being number one with a bullet. You can set your watch to it. But you cannot with Tank. So this is what I mean by putting a cart before the horse. Shakur Stevenson, to me, without getting into it real deep, because I don't want to be a part of that kind of world at all. Shakur Stevenson, y'all know, because I'm sure y'all watch YouTube and keep up with the news, has what some may call questionable friends, and was involved at least in the fact that he was right there. And one of the biggest tragedies last year. And it's not lost on me that when people, it seemed like his star has fallen a little bit, or his access has given way a little bit, because I do believe that low key he's being held some kind of way responsible, some kind of way. Like, if nothing else, people don't want to engage with him in any kind of business or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that for a fact. And like I said, I'm trying real hard not to really even be talking about it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. That's the only thing, because before, I don't think he had that hard of a time trying to get fights. You got to really think about if you want to get in bed with Shakur Stevens business-wise. So I think people low-key kind of stiff-arm him because of that situation. Now, having said that, I like what he did. Like I said, when he He showed the list of the so-called notable fighters where he's asking them and he's being transparent to the boxing world and telling us what those people answers are, which technically is no real excuse that can be made, But I see that he's learning on the curve too, because did you guys hear how he praised Gervonta? He gave him all his props. He bowed down to him. In other words, you can get more flies with honey. He wasn't bowing down to him in a way of being submissive to Gervonta, or like he's scared, or he putting Gervonta on a pedestal. He was like giving him his props. Dude, out of all of us, you are a part of a mega fight that garnished over 1 million in pay-per-view buys and a lot of money at the gate. You did that. It's you and Ryan, but it remains to be seen if which one of y'all can keep running that back, anything remotely close to it. Otherwise, you and Ryan did that together, but the point is you was a part of that equation. So yeah, okay, if you want to say you the face of boxing, which I still say that's a little too soon, but that's subjective. I wouldn't be mad at anybody who felt like Gervonta Davis was the face of boxing. So if that's what they saying, that's what he is, okay. If you're a rising star, okay, you are. If you are the man at 135, I'll take that too. If you want to say that's subjective too, because technically Devin Haney would be the man, right, with all the hardware. But whatever accolades you want to put before Gervonta, or however you want to describe him and spruce him up, Shakur Stevenson made sure he talked like that. He humbled himself. He was like, hey, at first he was like, hey, I would love to fight you. Of course, I know you're a busy man and it's at your leisure, blah, 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 blah. I'm paraphrasing. Not his exact words, but I'm kind of giving you the gist. I first remember Shakur saying that about Gervonta. This is right after the fight. But to the point that Shakur felt like he had a buck a little bit, and he come back and say, come shut me up. Now, maybe he felt like Gervonta said, shut up. All y'all get off my, you know what I'm saying? And Shakur is like, fuck being nice. Come shut me up. But sometimes I feel that Shakur won't be so lucky in getting opportunities going forward. But we'll see how that shake out. If he's in the boxing world, he's still a career boxer or still a professional boxer, and he's in your division, there's really no excuse. You just have to put your thinking caps on and make sure you dot all I's and cross all T's when it comes to any kind of business transaction or something with them, if those are your concern, and go in there, fight, and then, move on. We know Shakur won it. I feel like out of everybody, the one who ain't playing games and ready to prove it with the top echelon fighters, the contenders or whomever, that would be Shakur Stevenson. Everybody else, to me, will be capping. And even though I say everybody else is capping, I don't say necessarily from day to day Gervonta capping, but what do we do know? He is being moved like he's being moved by the same people. And they doing the same thing. And the boxing fans have already shown their disdain for how they move Gervonta Davis. They feel like he's being placed with people they know. I mean, they being the people that move him, that they know that Javante can beat. That's how they feel. So if you still doing that, how is that good for the boxing fans? But Javante has a unique ability of attracting casuals. You never know what it is about the person that can attract casuals. It does ultimately come down to some superficial shit. When I say superficial, meaning what you look like. What you look like shouldn't overpower how you be like in that ring. But when you talking about attracting casuals, a lot of people be like, oh, he's a black fighter, but they like the complexion he's in. I mean, it sounds crazy. He's a nice looking dude. They like the fact that a lot of people like to fight for, cheer for the underdog. If you look at his stature and his size, you would think he would be the underdog. So you just never know what casuals are pulling on to draw them into spending their chips on anything that he does. But he definitely has that knack. Another person who got that knack, Keith Thurman. We haven't heard from Keith Thurman in a while. But he's probably on the downslope of his career. But Keith Thurman has that too. Another person, Ryan Garcia. That's what made Ryan and Tank's fight so explosive. Because Ryan has that same knack. Handsome young man. A lot of women, white women, Latino women trying to get at him. He's a millionaire. Handsome young man. So you got a lot of fans that want to latch on to him. Casual fans. Then once you attract some casual fans, some of the fans gonna be like, ain't he Latino too? Ain't he from Cali too? In my cute voice. But that's a plus. I can't even say for sure if Shakur got that kind of knack. He may. We know Shakur is the truth. So real boxing fans definitely going to be watching everything that he does. Shakur claims that Tank won't even say his name. Tank don't say Pitbull Cruz's name no more neither. But now I did see through my Facebook timeline that that's a fight that Calvin Ford wants with Tank, a rematch of Pitbull Cruz. But right now I'm gonna have to go by what Tank said at the end of their fight, their first fight. He said he don't want to do it again. Point blank, period. That's it. That's all. Until Tank turn around and be like, yeah, I'll entertain that. That's how I'm gonna look at it. Isaac Cruz be like, yeah, come on. I tell you all the time, Devin Haney in them corner phrase, they say everything, but that's fighting. Well, Devin Haney, you gotta eat your own words. Because Isaac Cruz been calling you out, and you never, ever mention this dude's name. If somebody had to wonder, do Isaac Cruz even exist just based on what y'all talk about, you would think that the man don't exist. Y'all never call his name. Ever. But he calls y'all name all the time. And like I said, at this point, even when you're talking to Ryan, but especially Tank, you gotta give him his props before you start trying to go get at him. And I think Shakur did that. You can tell that was kind of out of his character to even do. But he did. He praised Tank. Talked to him like he the big fish, a big dog. Or talked about him like that. But I don't know what Tank must be saying. But he said, shut me up. That's the one thing he want Tank to know. Look, come get it. If you think you all that, come get it. I would say Tank, to me, your next move should be Devin Haney. Because Devin Haney going to drop them belts and they going to scatter to the wind. Get with Devin. Let him duck you. Because I think that's what he going to do. Even if he say, well, look, I can't make the weight no more. It still go down as a duck. But get with him. Get with Devin. Be the next fight for him. Y'all duke it out. Because in that fight, would stamina and consistency rule the day? Or will strategy and setting traps and the equalizer rule the day? We never know. That's one that we can't even call. So that could be what we would call a 50-50 fight. If I had to give a higher percentage, 60-40, I'm leaning towards Tank. But Tank, get that fight, demolish him, throw the belts away, let him go. You can still stay at 135 and fight other people and be like, you know what, I'm going to let them go and I'm going to come back and gain them all back again. But let them go. Because one, you cannot go backwards. This the dilemma the Tank is in. He cannot go backwards. That means you cannot fight people that are not notable or that we don't know. You notice I'm not trying to call no fighter or nobody. Not notable. Like we as the fans, we're not really aware of them. We're not really checking for them. You can't go fight those type guys. You got to fight. Get rid of the creme de la creme. Get rid of the top seed. And then do a bum of the month club. Fight everybody else. But start at the top and work your way down. That's all we say. But that's the breaking news to me that I thought was relevant. Shakur Stevenson seems like he's getting desperate. He's calling out these motherfuckers and they avoid him. I already kind of tried to explain without really saying something because I don't want to get my channel caught up or nothing like that. But I kind of think I know why people is kind of giving him the wet food stamp treatment. And that's just a hurdle he going to have to get across. Talking about Shakur Stevens. But if Tank ain't fighting Shakur or Devin, dude, I don't know what to say. We do not want to see a fight that you can easily win. I will not pay for another pay-per-view. I paid for this fight because I know Ryan was fast and he do got a little pop on his hand. And I actually was giving him a more than just a 10% chance. I still voted for Tank and felt like Tank was going to win, point blank period. But it was more than just a slither of a chance I felt like Ryan had. Even though he at the bottom, his speed alone is what, to me, one of his greatest attributes. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Y'all chime in if y'all want to. Come on through. I'm sitting over here eating. Let me see. So the link is in the chat. Y'all can come through if you want. I'm going to move on to this story. So after Canelo's performance, who bought that fight? Show of hands, who bought that fight? Because I sure as hell didn't. Y'all know I wasn't. Who bought that fight? Or who 5 Finger discounted that fight? I wasn't even pressed to see that motherfucker. The Canelo Ryder fight. What's up, ATL?
What's going on, Queen?
Nothing much. What you got on it?
Shoot, man. I personally think that I really don't know because Tank just got through really fighting, so I'm looking at it more. I guess don't Shakur got a fight coming up too?
He already fought that fight. I know what I was saying. Like I wasn't even checking for that. He had to fight some Asian guy, I guess, out the country. I wasn't even checking for that fight.
I thought he had another fight coming up, but if he
He
don't,
might. He might.
if he don't, I mean, he free, Javante free, Devin from the fight. So I think it only makes sense for him and Shakur to step in there. Shit, they already got their fights out the way. And then whoever fight after that fight, Devin. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I see it. Like going that way, because I mean, Javante just fought, Shakur fought. Now they waiting on Devin, so it only makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I can't see who else Javante could really fight right now, but Devin.
Yeah.
That it makes sense. If somebody would, he got the WBA regular belt or some shit like that, but
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? You really can't hold Shakur feet to the fight because he's trying. He's out the three, he's the obvious one who's trying, who wants to fight. He's vocal about it. But you really don't know how Tank feel. I don't think none of them scared of each other, but you don't really
And
know.
then I know one thing right now, Tank can't fight for 90 days.
Oh, that's his
He on
restriction.
he on house arrest.
Oh shit.
He just went to court. What I want to say this week or last week.
Mm-hmm.
He got to do 90 days at the house. I think like 200-hour community service and something else, a fine or something. So he
So
won't be doing nothing for 90 days.
So Tank has the opportunity to fight either one of them.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Because Shakur can't do nothing about Devin. Devin fight is on the 20th. So he gotta wait anyway.
Yeah.
And then they gotta have an 8-week training camp if they decide that they're gonna go next. So the weight game, so everybody is waiting patiently, and it's not no real hit against nobody. But if Tank come back after them 90 days, I would suggest that Tank get his workout on at the house. But if he
I'm
come
pretty
back,
sure he still can train and shit like that because it's like a job. So he working. You get to work, but it's certain hours they let you do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he just gonna be locked up in the crib because
he
he's a
probably
professional.
he probably got to give special permission when he go on his runs. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how much he can do, but shit, you got enough money to build an awesome gym at your house.
Mm-hmm. If he ain't got one already.
True that. So, but what I'm saying is the way it's set up, nobody can do nothing about Devin because he got a fight coming up. If Devin's saying this, Devin talk like it's gonna be easy. Now you and I got a bet. I got that written down. $25.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. I had to go with the $25 because of your luck streak over here. You always winning the bets. But you and Big Fish got $100 on the line. Me and Big Fish believe that Loma will beat Devin. And I'm talking about from a skill point of view. They are both skilled well beyond reproach. But they fight in the way that they fight. Like how they always say styles makes fight. Well, Devin's style might to me give Loma some advantages because I have watched him and his flaws he has not corrected. They were pointed out by Gary Russell Jr. And Devin has come back and corrected those flaws. Every fight he in, I be seeing whatever. But we'll see. We'll see. And if he fight Loma, just like you think about it, Loma beat Gary. I don't know if I agree with that decision all the way, but Loma must have did well enough for them to give him the decision. And Gary is his skills is up there like with Mayweather, in my opinion. They just don't have Mayweather luck. Or close
I
to
didn't
Mayweather.
like Loma last fight was trash to me.
Yeah, he was just getting back. We have to see if that was
Getting back from
his
where?
coming back. That was his fight when he came back from the witch con from the war.
Man, he was at home baking cakes.
What you say? Like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. When he said he was a
Yeah.
typewriter man,
And
typewriter.
this badge right here. Like, no.
I got a splinter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that could be the case. That could be the case. That Loma had a cushiony job where he wasn't in harm's way. But even in that, having been in the military, I could tell you guys, even when your job is cushiony, it don't alleviate the stress that come with being at war. You still be under stress, and you can't compare the stress that you would be in under a cushiony job to a person who's on the front line. I'm sure it's the difference. But I wasn't on the front line. I didn't have to sleep outside, but I was in war. And trust me, it was stressful. And people's nerves was on edge. I seen a man go from partially gray, because at least he was probably about 40% gray in his hair. By the end of the cruise, his whole head was gray.
Yeah.
That's stress, y'all. That's motherfucking stress for your ass. And we all know.
He said 5G too.
5G what?
He said, I guess he was in the Navy or something, I guess. And he was on the cruise ship. And his whole crew had gray hair. He said he think it's from 5G. He said they been had 5G or something like that.
It could be. I never understand y'all guys when y'all walk around, girls too, but I don't understand when guys walk around with the cell phone in their pocket or anywhere near their waist, especially their back pockets. Same thing with girls. You'll fry your ovaries, and for men, y'all will fry your nuts. And when girls put the phone in their bra or up there near their breast, is you crazy?
Yeah, he sent me a picture of his whole crew, and their hair was white, gray.
Mm-hmm.
Even the white men, I was like, damn.
Because it's stressful. You got to be perfect that day. When we in the Navy, what makes us one of the best navies in the world, not one of the best Navy in the world, is because we practice. We have real world practice. We practice every day, all day. If we not at war, we're practicing it. And that ain't no secret. And that could be simple shit, like how to keep your office running in an efficient manner. That's practice.
What up, Dan Tan?
Yeah, what up, Dan Tan? Says salute Queen T. ATL, what it do? So we practice. So when it come time to doing it, we do it effortless. We do it effortlessly. So that, I get it, but you still, like I said, you be on stress. Because what if you make a mistake? What if you do it wrong? There's all that what ifs that be going through your mind. Just getting a boat to float without no incidents and do a whole cruise, that's stressful as it is. A lot can happen when you're out there. You can run into it. If the AGs on the ship ain't doing their job, we could catch all the storms and be lost at sea. You know what I'm saying? At the motherfucking the what they call it, the flag. I forgot what their acronym is, but the people who control the maps and all that of the water and understand the sea bottom. If they not doing their jobs, we can run into shit underwater and be stuck. You see what I'm saying? If the EWs ain't doing their job, we could get surprised with somebody sneaking up on us.
Yeah.
Or the OSs or whoever. So if the cooks ain't doing their job, we not gonna eat properly and sleep properly. So everybody gotta be on point and everybody gotta do their job no matter what. You know, if you in war, no matter what the people who is actually engaging in war on a Navy ship, the cooks still gotta get up there and click pots together and cook in the midst of all of that. So when I say we practice, well-oiled machine, you know what I'm saying? And that's how, you know, if you want to correlate it to boxing, that's how boxers should be a well-oiled machine. That's why it's important that you should try to face the best. If you fighting nobody, I'd say nobody's, or people who is not on your level, you could get complacent and used to approaching a fight with those type of people. And then you fuck around and get in somebody who will shock you. Kind of like what happened. A good example of this is with CC.
What's up, activist?
Chris Colbert. Remember, active
Yeah.
activist is in the building. What's going on, Pimpin'? Chris Colbert, when he fought Garcia, he knew he was gonna beat this guy Garcia. We didn't know that much about Garcia. I think we just seen one fight with him. But
Who
the
is
boxing
it? Who
world,
is it? Just thinking about it, who is it really out there to fight? Besides the top guys, like really, who is below them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got a lot of people coming up. You got that guy out of Cuba that everybody been raving about. He didn't sign with Matchroom. His last name.
Oh, you talking about Edgar
something Cruz? Yeah.
Berlinga? Oh no, you said Cruz.
No. His last name Cruz. Look like a black dude, but he out of Cuba that everybody been raving about. He's an Olympic gold medalist from Cuba. And then the dude that made his way out of there, and he signed with Eddie Hearn.
I probably seen him, boss. I probably just got to see him.
Now everybody putting out Frank Warren, and then you got Keyshawn Davis.
You mean Frank Martin?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Frank Martin.
I'm gonna say he a promoter.
Yeah, Frank Warren, Frank Martin, and then you got Keyshawn Davis. And, you know, they making a buzz in the 135. Isaac Cruz, that don't nobody seem like they want to call this nigga name. He making a buzz.
He's supposed to be fighting somebody.
Yeah, people don't want to fight. They don't want to fight him.
Oh, no, he just fought, matter of fact.
The only person that calls his name out and wanted to take it to him was Shakur Stevenson. That's why I say out of all of them, Shakur wants to smoke with everybody. They don't want it with him.
I want to see Rolly and Cruz get in there.
That would be okay. You know what? Speaking of Rolly, I ain't a fan of his fucking promoter.
He finna get a title shot. He finna have a title fight. He just stepped in for somebody.
Who, Rolly?
Yeah. Somebody gave up the belt.
A title for what? 140 or 135?
I want to say 140.
Well, hey, ain't he lucky?
I think one of the belts Josh Taylor dropped.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, they just setting Regis up. That's all that is. If Rolly fuck around and win that belt, Regis gonna take it off him.
Yeah, because you know Regis has got a belt again.
Yeah, Regis got the WBC. Regis gonna take that off him, and Regis gonna be on this way trying to. Now look, now say what you want. I like Regis too,
I like
but I don't
Regis too. I
think.
think they robbed him in UK.
Yeah, the Josh Taylor fight,
I
but
think
I
I
don't.
think Josh Taylor was juiced. I really do.
Josh Taylor don't fight fair. That's why he can never
I'm
be
saying
my
like
favorite.
after the seventh round, he was getting beat the fuck up. Then the seventh round and up, like you could see his eyes big. He had more energy out of nowhere. And goddamn Regis was looking like goddamn. And me and my lady looking like damn. Like where did he get that energy from? Look at his eyes. Look at his pupils.
He
It's like they
doesn't
were giving
even.
him something in his well, I swear, this is my opinion. It's just allegedly. That's how I felt when I watched them when he lost the belt in the UK. I felt like they had something in Taylor Water, man.
Well, Josh Taylor don't fight fair in the fight.
If you go back and look at their fight from like the sixth or seventh round up, you'll be like, yeah, I see what AT talking about now. What the hell he
Would
get
you?
that energy? Because fucking Regis was beating on him.
Yeah, he was gonna win. He was under Bob Arum. He was gonna win, and Regis took it like a champ. But whatever. But Regis, in my opinion, he don't want to go up to 140. Regis had a problem with making weight, and he fixed that problem because he was literally growing out of the weight division. But he fixed it. You know, if you eat healthy, you will drop weight. You can stay small all your life. The problem is
Oh, I
us,
know.
and that's us. That's us as a country. We got this problem as individuals. Who the fuck can commit themselves to eating healthy every day, all day?
I went
It's
from a
hard.
goddamn light heavyweight to a goddamn junior middleweight, goddamn.
Yeah. So Regis got him a nutritionist to ensure that he stay at 140. Regis don't want that smoke with Earl. He don't want that smoke with Terrence. He don't want even though years ago he used to talk shit about Terrence, but I think he know better. I think Regis want to have a division where he run that shit. You know, he want that fame and shit like the Charlos or like
See?
Earl and
See
all
what
that
Dan
stuff.
Taylor said?
But it said the UK also let them use a diuretic that's banned in the US. Josh Taylor would not make 140 over here. Josh Taylor got embarrassed for them cheating on for him and him accepting it right away. But I always ask myself, what would one of us do? If they say you want to fight, would you say, nah, bro, come on now. You know I ain't want to fight. That was the biggest, that was to me, that was very hurtful, even to me, to take it from Catterall when he clearly wanted to fight. Because how many
Yeah, you
times
come
you
out
get an opportunity to
like Tony
even go
Harrison
for
did.
undisputed? Like what?
Like Tony
Now,
Harrison did that first fight he beat Charlo.
yeah,
I
you
remember
know, and
he didn't even know he won.
I actually thought that Charlo won but I was going. Me and active activists looked this up. There is no such thing as you got to take it from a champion.
But no,
That
I'm
is
saying you
not a
remember the
rule.
first fight, Tony Harrison didn't even know he won.
He was hoping.
At the end, remember he was like he just knew he had lost. And then that's why he was acting like that, because he's like, damn, I thought I lost. When clearly
Yeah.
you know you lost. If you know you won, you won. He didn't know he won.
but why did we think that? Because when you look at that fight, he did not take it from Charlo. And that's what I was going by. Remember that? Active actors, we looked it up. That is not a rule in boxing.
He was moving good and stuff like
That
that.
you
But
got to take it from the champion. You don't have to take it from the champion. They gonna judge the fight as if y'all was the champion or not. They're gonna judge what you do, who won the round. Point blank period. Even if you barely won the round. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I thought that Charlo had won. But I'm okay with the decision. You know what I'm saying? With Josh Taylor, he hit you in the back of the head. He hit you in your back. He do all kinds of unscrupulous shit. And he make it, it's hard to catch it. You have to really be looking. But if you slow that tape down and look, you will see it. But at 135, it's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. I already told y'all my roundabout way why I think people be avoiding Shakur Stevens, and it has nothing to do with they scared of him or his skills. It got more to do with what he do outside the ring.
Sure.
And what they don't want to be a part of. So that's his problem. That he's, like I said, that's his hurdle that he's gonna have to face and get over. But as far as Tank, all of them to me at this point gotta bow down in a sense. Even Devin is not the man, and he holds all the belts. Tank is. Now, saying that is subjective. How do you feel about that? Is Tank the man or is Devin the man?
I think numbers don't lie. So far as numbers, Tank is the man. In their case, belts don't matter in their case if you want to talk about who brings the most revenue and the money in. We know who that is.
But is he the man? Like,
he's the man right now.
Is he the man to beat? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the man to beat. Because you got to think about it. He, along with being the face of boxing right now, he's the man to beat. And everybody want to fight him because they know once they fight him, it's a life-changing fight. Opposed to belts. Not saying Devin ain't getting no money, because Devin getting money too, but he's not getting Tank money right now.
Do you have a guess? Now, first of all, I'm going to be clear. I don't say the Tank is the face of boxing.
I say right now. Me. Right now, not meaning.
Yeah. No. You right in what you're saying. I don't dispute your perspective on it. That's one of them things that is subjective, and it's to each individual. Right now, it's not a consensus yet, because you'll have people that see it like you have people see it like me, and you'll have people see it like activists, and all of us individually can see it how we see it. I don't say he the face of boxing yet, because I go by consistencies. You can't have one incident where you showed and proved and you blew it out the water, and then I give you all the titles. No. The titles that I can give you off of one incident is the belts. And I'm not giving it to you, but y'all know what I mean. The belts. You fight somebody who's a champion, you win, you got that gratification right there on spot. You getting all the titles and the accolades. But just because you had a good showing, you had some bad showings before that. Hector Garcia, he didn't make, I don't think they made over 100,000 pay-per-views. I know that him and what's his name didn't, but then I say, hey, I do gotta get I'm talking about Isaac Cruz. I think they had about 50-some thousand pay-per-views, and him and Rolly didn't do too hot. But with Isaac, for real, Tank was fighting on a Sunday against American football when it's just getting good, We ain't even talking about in the summer when football season just started. We talk about when they leading up to the playoffs and all that shit. And you gonna put him in the fight on a Sunday to compete against their airtime. So that's a factor too. But nevertheless, it is what it is. Those was his numbers.
And then I also say that because he the only boxer that I know so far that in fought twice this year.
Okay, that's a factor. But that's why I say it's subjective. You're not wrong in your perspective. We not wrong or right. But to call him legendary, now we all got to be on the same page and say, not that he can't ever be, not that he ain't on his way, but to say that he legendary today, not now.
He got to knock Haney out. He got to, not knock him out, beat Haney. He got to beat Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Maybe throw somebody else in there, and then we can consider it. You know what I'm saying? But
run that shit back consistently.
He said he ain't even gonna to be boxing much longer. I seen him in an interview. He said he want to fight Haney. He want to fight Shakur. He want to get those guys out of here, and then he focuses on his younger fighters.
But you know what? But this is the thing. That's because they keep feeding Tank people he know he can beat. There was a slither of hope with Ryan Garcia in this fight. Ryan Garcia and him, I think I explained earlier, they have a knack for attracting casuals, and and not everybody got that ability or that what you could say, that luck. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the people who was attracted to the fight through Ryan, they really believe Ryan could do it. Ryan give him shots out, really sold that shit like he could do it. So everybody went into the fight like, I don't know. But to real boxing fans, we knew Ryan ain't have a snowball chance in hell. But I gave Ryan more of a 10% chance because of his bravado and how he was talking like he could do it. And I know Ryan got speed, and he got pop on this fucking punch. And I don't care who you are, it's the punches you don't see that can knock you out. Dan Ted said, under most circumstances, I consider the champion the man, and Haney has all the belts. That's what makes it so weird, Dan, because a lot of people don't. They know that Haney has the belts, but they don't look at him like the baddest thing in that division. A lot of people get the belts or become undisputed, and you be like Charlo, like Jamel. In the 154 division, you know he the man. You know Charlo done been through everybody, and Charlo never talk like he ducking, dodging, or scared of anything. He always talking about like he can beat everybody up in there. And he been tested because he done fought damn near everybody. So when he got the belts as undisputed, you really believe that nigga is the king. But with Devin Haney, looked like he was at the right place at the right time. That's how I look at it. I know you see it in the ATL.
No, I'm saying shit. You know, I ain't saying that Devin ain't the man. He's the man. He got all the belts. But I'm saying, as far as when it comes to revenue and who everybody want to see right now, who's the biggest, like, who's been pulling them numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's who you gotta look at right now. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, he been doing his thing too at the same time. But I just think even without the belt, Javante just a bigger star right now.
Look, I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. They won't break 1 million. They'll be lucky if they break 500,000.
Talking about Devin and
Loma, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, this is just my opinion. People is really betting on Loma because they don't like Haney. That's how I feel. Not you, but I'm talking about everybody else. Like, I think most people they don't like how Devin talk, how he act, and they want him to eat his words that he said. And so I think it's really like a bandwagon fight for a lot of people. But only way I see Devin losing, man, by his fuckery. That's the only way I see him losing. And if it's by fuckery, ain't nothing I can do about that. And it is what it is. But that's the only way I see Devin losing, man, is by fuckery.
The only way I see him pulling in big numbers, and I'm sure Bill thinking about this, is to double down on that talk of no white boy will ever beat me. I can see him playing that up. I can see everybody white. Now, he do that shit, he could probably get higher numbers than Ryan and Tank. But
that's what
only
I'm saying.
Because of that. It's only because of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because of that statement, I think about fuckery, and you know what I'm saying. Just like when Deontay Wilder tried to stand up and do this and do that, we see what happened to him. You know what I'm saying, and everybody swept it on the rug like ain't shit happened. You feel me? So
Yeah. Hey, Dan Tag, yeah, it's a pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view. And I think they had to back walk walk back that statement. And I think Devin had to apologize. I ain't for sure, but I think he had to apologize or walk back that statement or re-clarify that statement about what he was trying to say or whatever. But I don't think that Devin got a fan base like that. And that's not a hit against him, but the way he going about trying to be, he can never pull off the hardcore dude, so don't even try it. What could be more beautiful than a guy uh uh who ain't hardcore, don't have that chip on their shoulder that people who struggle naturally can't have? What
you
could be
know what it
more?
reminded me of, Minty?
What's up?
By him saying that, it just reminded me back when I think was the first fight between Deontay Wilder and Fury. And I remember watching the press conference when Deontay Wilder was talking about Fury's mental health and you almost killed yourself and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It almost brought me right back to that for some reason, like deja vu. That's what made me feel bad about, you know what I'm saying, the fuckery part.
Yeah.
I remember that press conference and Tyson Fury was really looking sad in that motherfucker, and Deontay was saying that, and that, I didn't feel like it was right, you know what I'm saying, to bring up somebody's mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people going through that shit, and I feel like by him doing that and talking about he finna kill himself and all this shit, and then, you know, what he was saying, I think that's why.
A low
Yeah,
blow.
I think that's why the fuckery happened. And I just seen same thing just replay in my head when Devin said that. So, you know,
Well, Devin getting cocky.
yeah,
He's
people don't be
getting
wanting, you
even
know,
more cocky.
they don't be wanting to hear that type shit. So,
Yeah, like you don't say that. You just should have said,
you know
"Can't
what I'm saying?
nobody beat me." Like I said, for all that talk that they talk about Floyd, they should really learn from him, but they don't. They think they taking on his tutelage, but they not. And like I said, can't nothing be more beautiful than a person who ain't been through nothing but the hunger in them. Like you
Yeah,
don't
you
have
see,
to
just like
be. You
Dan
don't have
Tank
to
said,
be. You don't have to
Bernard
be
Hopkins
poor.
said that shit and got knocked the fuck out the ring.
Yeah, you don't have to be poor to have heart or be the greatest athlete in the world. That's not a requirement, to be an athlete. Either you got the heart or you don't got the heart. Either you got the abilities or you don't got the abilities. But like with Devin, like he's trying to sell himself in a way that's not him. So it's not gonna work.
And then look, at the same time, when Bernard Hopkins said it first and got his ass knocked out the ring, you see what he doing now. You see how he acting now.
Yeah. They gonna have to if what brought you to the dance was your natural self, then stay your natural self.
Exactly.
Progress in life in your natural skin, in your natural self. We'll buy that before we buy this new character. PGH Big Dog is in the building. What's Poppy King? I see what Dan Tan said. I think Bernard Hopkins said it first, yeah. And that's what ATL is reiterating. Yeah, you know, everybody got sleazeball tactics within them. But if it's within, like Floyd is, you can almost argue that Floyd is a narcissist, but Floyd believed in himself. Floyd never said, "Oh, ain't no white boy gonna beat me." He probably felt that, but Floyd was like, "Ain't nobody gonna beat me."
Yeah. And he
You
took the
see what I'm
proper
saying?
precautions every fight to make sure wasn't nobody fucking him over.
Yeah, you know what it take me to? It sometimes all this talk that they be doing take me to the fact that a lot of fighters put their foot in their mouth, right? And that's the premise I'm basing this off of, this analogy off of. So I'm gonna give some entertainment, like Chris Brown, right? Y'all done heard about the shit with him and Usher.
Yeah.
He's so called supposed to beat Usher down.
No, they said it
Usher,
was a flex.
yeah, his people put hands on Usher, but Usher gonna be okay. But Usher and Chris Brown, like somebody else, I was looking at Tasha K, and she was like, she got it on authority from people who in the know that there can be some jealousy there. And in entertainment business, there will be jealousy. If you a hot ticket item and you kind of singing and somebody else is singing the same shit or the genre that you in, but you seem like the carpet is rolled out for you and they can get some of the scraps or whatever, you will have some jealousy. Just, but there's a such thing as healthy jealousy and toxic jealousy, like for instance, I'm envious or jealous of all of you who have a thyroid gland. I'm jealous. No bullshit, no cap, no nothing. I am jealous, but I'm healthy jealous because I don't look at y'all and say, I wish y'all have it like me. Or I wish I ain't had this problem, but I wish you had this problem. Or why the fuck y'all ain't got it, but I have it. It's never nothing like that. It's, oh my God, y'all have something that I really truly want. And if I had mine, Lord, the sky's the limit. What could I do? It's that kind of jealousy. So like Chris Brown, he can't get no endorsement deals. Nobody, because he's a risk. They won't, but look at Usher. Usher in fucking commercials with Martha Stewart. Man, you can't get no better than that. Even though Martha Stewart might not mean a whole hill of a beans to people who don't know no better or people in the hood. Martha Stewart is money. And to be associated with her means you touching M's. Look at Snoop. Martha Stewart is that bitch. And Usher be right up in them commercials with them. He get endorsements. They both sing R&B. But, a lot of people be like, who would you rather? Now, Chris Brown, to me, he lost his core. And I always say that black women, when you talk about R&B or things that black cultures like, black women are the core. Because if we follow, everybody else follow. And that's facts. Black women are the consumers. Men who wear jerseys and shit. Yeah, a lot of women don't be wearing that shit. But who be buying that shit? Black women. Buying it for their man. It is always the case. You want to respect the black woman's dollar. I'm just stating facts. I'm not repping black women just because I'm a black woman. I'm just stating facts. So when Chris Brown came out and said how he feel about black women, he lost a bunch of people, including myself. Would I say that Chris ain't got no talent? Hell no, I would never say that. But I would say anything Chris is involved in, I really have to think about, do I want to put my dollars to it? If Chris Brown get in the movie with Denzel Washington on the strength of Denzel, I might go pay for that movie. And I might not, depending on what the movie's about. That's when I'm going to think. But when Denzel do a movie, most of the time, I don't think about it. I be like, hey, Denzel in there, I know it's going to be good. Just like I think about Meryl Streep. Any movie she in, I know it's going to be good. I done seen this woman have some terrible fucking movie roles. Like the movie itself is fucked up. But because she is who she is and the talent that she has, she made the movie bearable. So people fucking go buy her shit. Chris Brown, I don't think a lot of black women want to buy your shit. We don't have no value anyway in your eyes, so let them other women, and nothing against the other women, let them go buy your shit. Let everybody else buy your shit. But Chris has talent, and he's world known, and so that's what's saving him. What happens when his talent falls off? And this happens to everybody. You cannot be the creme de la creme forever. Somebody else gonna come up and take your place. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at boxers. You put your foot in your mouth, because I didn't have to hear how Chris Brown felt about black women. Now I can look at Floyd Mayweather and say he might feel the same way. And I hate using this word, but for lack of a better word, what regular black women do you see Floyd with in his stable? He always was somebody that ain't black or mixed or whatever the fuck. But you never hear this nigga devalue black women in any kind of way, shape, or form. He make it easy for us to support him. You see what I'm saying? So what I would say is, I use that analogy just to say, when it comes to fighters putting their foot in their mouth, Floyd could have felt that no white boy could beat him, but he never said it like that. He said, can't nobody beat me. You know, and if you paying attention, you already know what he's saying. Because, you know, it ain't lost on me that Floyd, I guarantee you, probably thought, can't no white boy beat me. I guarantee you he thought that shit. But you'll never hear him say it. He didn't even say Mexicans. The closest he came to that shit, he said, yeah, Oscar being Mexican, it ain't lost on nobody. You know how Oscar feel. He think the Mexicans are the bee's knees, the end all, the be all, and everybody he tried to spruce up to fight Floyd was a Mexican. And Floyd said, what? You build them up and I smack them down. That's a whole lot better than, can't no Mexican beat me. But that's how I took it. So, yes, just like what you said about Deontay hitting below the belt with his words. So to Devin, it don't bother me. I understand why Devin said what he said, but that remained to be seen. Okay, now that you say can't no white boy beat you, you got to show and prove that shit is actual factual. You got to go fight some white boys and let's see. Because I'm sure there's a white boy out there that can beat you. And Loma Chica might be that one. That's how I see it anyway. Stop putting your foot in your mouth. And you let what Tank and them say, talk about you, call you a soft ass nigga and all this shit, and you want to change who you are. I like who you were. I don't have a problem with you being what they want to call soft. If your daddy bust his chops and did what he did so his kids can have a better life, then that's what he did. Isn't that what we all try to do for our kids? Why would I hold that against Devin? Being rich or well-to-do or well-off, it does not promise you or negate you from being the greatest athlete of all time. That has nothing to do with it. Do you want to be the greatest? Has something to do with it. Is your heart like that? Has something to do with it. So Devin could have stayed who he was and got all this. I can't follow no fake ass nigga. Now that's what I can't do. Ray New Salters is in a building with Papa King. He said, hello, Queen T from the 313. That's why I say, you see in the beginnings of Devin Haney's decline. Because if you ain't comfortable in your own skin, it's just a matter of time before you derail yourself. You can't live for other people. Can't live for what people think of you. If you're a good guy and you wake up with no malicious or nefarious intent in your heart, then hey, you winning. You winning. And I hope Devin Haney hear that. You winning. If that's how you wake up every day. Man, fuck all that grill shit, because I don't believe that you like that shit. You don't sell that shit well.
Nope, he sure don't.
Like I said, look, dude, I'm going back and get a goal. Now you just sat up there, and it should have been a learning lesson when you said I had goal and I took them out. I should be taking what you just said and taking it as a learning lesson. But no, look what my dumb black ass gonna do. I'm telling you now, I'm going to get a goal. But I always wanted one since I was a teenager. I had a parent that wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me. And I think I never asked my dad to see how he feel about it, but he probably feel the same way about her. Like my mama felt like, no, she was like, hell no. That she felt like I'm gonna close off opportunities and this, that, and the other. But now I'm at a certain age where I did my bid for God and country. Whatever opportunities I was gonna get, I already got them or didn't get. What more opportunities I'm gonna get now going forward? So for me, I'm ready to get the goal because I always wanted it. You talking decades, and that feeling of wanting to go has not left me. But I might get a white gold or 18 karat, something, I don't know, or maybe even a crown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get something, and I'm gonna be just cheesy, and it's gonna take a lot of people to put me down for me to be like, nah, damn, I wish I didn't get it. But I probably won't do that because I don't have nothing to prove. If y'all ain't gonna give me a job now, you ain't gonna give me a job with the gold.
What up, Ray New? What's going on with you?
Yeah, so that's how I feel. But you know, when you young and it's clearly not you, like Tank having that shit in his mouth did not surprise me. And you can tell Tank wherever pride and he sells it well. You know what I'm saying? Don't surprise me. But Devin, that shit look horrible. Then when he tried to wear the jewelry, I'm like, dude, it makes you look horrible. I mean, I don't know what to tell him. But you're gonna be people laughing at you, man.
It was the grill for me. I was like, damn, I would have seen that you came in there iced out. You know what I'm saying? With the icy grill. You got the 18 carats, so you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then you got them your teeth to the point that when you smile, your other teeth show. Like you trying to do a whole grill, but the other teeth showing. And when most people do the whole top grill, when they smile, you can't even see no regular white teeth. But like, I'm just like, people laughing at you, Devin, not with you. So if y'all think I'm out of place or I ain't making sense, you know, y'all can say it in the chat. He said, working, baby, enjoying the meal. Y'all cooking up on Devin. Yeah. I gotta cook up on it because I'm letting it look mark this day. I'm saying mark this day. When y'all look back, y'all gonna be like, where did he fall off? It's right here. It's right here where he's falling off. It's where he's falling off. Real talk. He got to get to a point where he can be himself and be happy. So what you on got power? You got other great attributes. Let me tell you, if you get in the ring with Devin, you better have a gas tank. Because the nigga has shown that he can fight his fight no matter what you do. Consistently. And that's what make people quit. When you be like, I'm gonna try this. And you try something, and then that person, it don't really affect them. They keep going, then you be like, let me try this. And you don't went into the bag several times to pull out a tube, and nothing deter your opponent from trying to get at you. That makes people bow down and quit. Devin is consistent. He's gonna throw punches and bunches. He can box excellently, and everybody know that. And he pretty much got a gas tank. Even with getting hit, he still be having a gas tank. So that is a great attribute to have. But we have never seen him in a fight, an arduous fight. Let me say it like that. We've never seen him in an arduous fight. So that
look, Devin should have got him some of these. Look.
Oh, those, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He should have got him some of these. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, maybe. But even I don't even think he can pull that off.
He should have got him some of these there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get some of these there.
That's if he can pull it off. Dan Ted said he's reinventing himself. He doing it wrong. He didn't have to. That's the point, Dan Ted. He didn't have to. All he got to do is get older and progress. That's it. Just get older, get wiser.
Say get wiser.
Better in the ring. Like his body looks nice. His body look real nice. Almost like a perfect specimen. I mean, because he's starting to fill out and all that. He said he think he getting his man strength. I think you already had it, but your body is changing. His body is filling out. But just get older and wiser. Instead of trying to be what you think people want you to be. If you didn't do that shit in high school and middle school and you won't like that when you came in, that ain't you, shawty. It ain't you. And now you want to be that way? Part of Javante's appeal is him. Y'all can tell he's grown into his manhood. You know, because when he was first came out, Floyd did all the talking for him. He looked around like a scared puppy or something. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. And then,
right.
Look at
he
him.
was shy.
He talking for himself. He ain't afraid to say whatever. And he's actually doing okay. Like you can tell when he catches self, you know, like it's like, okay, I was about to be my ghetto self. Let me catch myself and give the politically correct answer. You can see all that growth.
That's called growth, yeah.
And guess what? It makes him have a bigger appeal.
Yep, and more money. Ever since he switched it up, he didn't get more money.
The white girls looking at him like, let me get him some ass. Of course, the black girls is, the Latino, the mix, all that shit. He be
looking shy and shit like, no, I don't want none.
Yeah. And he might, and the girls he get with are beautiful, but he has to learn how to pick girls that are evenly yoked with him. That's a lesson all y'all men got to learn, whether y'all popular or not, or famous or not. And then that's a lesson that all us women got to learn too. Stop picking the most curious guy and pick the right one. You know, like we don't know. None of us know what the right one is, but we got to pick one that's evenly yoked to us, that's conducive for what we're trying to do. Like if I'm trying to be in the military and live this squeaky clean life, I can't pick somebody who's all about criminality. I don't care how he look, how good he make me feel, or none of that. I can't pick him because he's not gonna be conducive.
That's a lie, Mitzi. That's why my lady picked me. She just used me for sex.
What? Just using a nigga, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
just using him.
Let me not give her none, but I gotta get out.
You just a body with a pulse, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Tank has appeal. He even got older people like, boy, if I was 20 years younger.
Well, what I get to him.
I shine him up a little bit.
I get to him, yes, I would.
That's what people think. Yeah.
Get me an old 100 pack.
With Devin. And I'm gonna say this, dog, because I like you. I like you as a person. You're a good man. You coming off weak. You really coming off weak. Because that's not you. And people can tell that's not you. Take that motherfucking shit out your mouth. And learn how to put on some slacks or dicky pants. Be you, dog. Be you. Just grow older and wiser. You already have an ability to talk. You can talk. And for yourself, you're not that shy.
That's why I was saying that the other day too. I was saying that, you know, that might be something that he wanted to be growing up, maybe. But he like we heard, he dedicated his whole life to boxing. So that might have just been something he been wanting to do all his life, even though we might not understand it. You know what I'm saying? I promise he probably still hang out in the street. with his partners and stuff, but he always in the boxing gym. You know what I'm saying? So
But
now
check
that he
this out,
making it
AJ.
and he taking care of himself, you know what I'm saying? He might just, there might be some old stuff that he did want to do, and he comfortable enough to do it now because he's who he is now. You know what I'm saying? He built himself to be where he at now, so he might that might be one of his little zones he feel comfortable doing. It's something probably he always wanted to do, but it just looked crazy to us because we like, hold on, this ain't you. But you know what I'm saying? You know how some
Yeah,
people get older.
I feel how you can see it that way a little bit because some of us, like I know for myself, I had left my mama house, been gone for about 5 years before I was scared. So before I really stopped being scared of her, where I could stand up and be like, nah, it ain't going down like this. I think I was probably like 25 before I was like giving my mom pushback and stuff.
Yeah, about me too.
She would say differently because she swear up like, you my most disrespecting child. She always tell me that because I always be like, no, or I'll be giving pushback
Yeah,
firmly. But I remember being about 25 when I was like, you ain't gonna tell me what to do no more. And that could be true of anybody. However, you'd have put a couple of $1 million in my hand when I'm around 18 and 19. That pushback would have came long before that.
yeah.
Active activists, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, the pushback would have been on and popping at 18. Because your head,
Look,
because you can't stop that conceitness that come when people start getting money. What's up?
yeah. And see, back when I was younger, well, not young, I say even 21, 2021, I've been out my mama's house since I was 17. So even though I wasn't in her house, my mom used to see me. I had gold teeth ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So my mom be like, take that stupid shit out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But she know I'm in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But she still like, take that shit out your mouth. I don't like that shit.
Mm-hmm. She hoping. Because sometimes your mama can get a nugget when you first become grown and they see you get them pushback. Like my daughter give me pushback. But,
What up,
like
DJ?
sometimes, what's up, DJ? But sometimes she don't. She'll listen. I be shocked every time. I'm like, oh damn, she listened on the first time out. But that's out of respect, or just because they know mamas ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong
Yeah.
or steer you wrong. But my mama ruled with a tight fist, and I couldn't step out the boundaries too much. And like I said, I was gone from the house. I mean, that experience of just being gone from the house for 4 or 5 years. Of course, I'm my own woman at this point. And Devin has had that. Devin been a millionaire since he was like a teenager. And Devin been making all his money. His daddy Ben fell back. I remember when I first started noticing Bill Haney was, pointing to it. So he has mouthpiece. Bill Haney like to talk shit like a hype man. But Bill Haney been let that man be a man, on his own. Well, we have to ask
Mm-hmm.
Devin. I have to talk to Devin and blah, 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 blah. So Devin had already exerted his autonomy or his independence from under his dad's wing or whatever earlier on. So if that's something when you say that's something he probably always wanted, why he didn't get it back then? Because that would have been my first
Yeah.
opportunity to jump at
I
that.
say I think he ain't have a chance because he been in boxing since he was little. So he probably been following everybody else's rules because everybody else was taking care of him and doing this, doing that for him. So now he in a position where he doing for everybody else, taking care of them. So he like, shit, it's something I've been wanting to do. I'm just now being able to catch up on it. You know what I'm saying? He probably seen his friends doing it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he
But
got that
then
status now. So
even then he doing it for the wrong reason. If that's what he's doing. Because if you really wanted to do it, like I said, I kind of believe my mama. She kept telling me it's gonna affect my success if I get a gold tooth. Like doors gonna close on me. Like, I already got the complexion for the non-protection. That
doors will close on your ass.
for so if I go out there, look, y'all heard me. I said I already got the complexion for the non-protection. I
How you
already
think I
got
can
that.
feel when I go to court for a serious ass case, but I got these goals I can't take out my mouth? You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I don't believe you. Down the road. See you later.
Yeah, but I've known a lot of women who had goals who was very successful. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I can't argue with that logic. It might do hold you back. Ain't nothing like some pretty white
They
teeth.
do.
You know what I'm saying? But I felt like she wouldn't steer me wrong, and that's logical what she's saying. So I never went and got gold teeth. And now that I'm older, like even my siblings be like, "Girl, you crazy." Most people now is taking that shit out and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I have did my bid for God and country. Whatever favor I was going to get in life, I already got it. Like amongst men and women. I ain't talking about amongst God. But I've already got it or didn't get it.
Hey, look,
So
I had a
now it
judge
don't
tell me.
matter.
I had a judge tell me, "Oh, you got it. Look at the damn gold teeth in your mouth.
That what he said.
You got it. Get out of my
He
courtroom
stereotyped you. DJ
fast."
said Bill Haney is doing what every black father does who has a son that's great in sports. I have no problem with it. DJ, we don't
Hey,
have
he
a
said,
problem with it neither. We're not talking about that, DJ.
"Hey, he said, what we gonna do when Roller get this belt Saturday?"
Nothing. Just watch Rolly talk
I
some
can
shit.
see that. I can see that nigga right now after the fight. I got the belt now, Javante. I want to fight you again. I'll knock you the fuck out.
Oh no, he'll say, "Well, Devin, if you want to drop your belts and come on up, come on and get it."
He gonna
You
say
know what
some
I'm
dumb shit.
saying?
I bet $100 he say some dumb shit.
Now look. When Rolly fought when Rolly fought Tank, let me tell you, I always say this: Tank is the best strategizer and motherfucking setting trap type motherfucker in boxing today. To me, over Terrence Crawford, over Deontay, and y'all know these are my favorite fighters. Tank does that better than anybody. So there ain't no such thing as I got more rounds up on Tank. You better make it to the very end, the last seconds of the 12th round, because Tank can walk you into some shit. And he an expert at that shit. I don't see how people get away from his left uppercut. That motherfucker is hard to contend with. Okay? But now Rolly fighting Devin Haney, and he might even beat him.
Yeah, he might catch his ass one of them haymakers. Might be over with.
Because he was giving Tank problems. But a lot of people don't want to admit that shit. Rolly was giving Tank problems. That's why I say it don't even matter if you up on the cards against Tank. I don't never use that as like a fact, other than to say he was giving Tank problems. Tank had to really dig deep in his strategy and walk you into some shit.
That's like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
He had your ass in the 12th round and got them drop one of them bombs on your ass over with.
Yeah, and you knew Rolly, it was getting good to him. Because Rolly was doing shit to Tank that Tank did not want to happen and Tank did not expect to happen. And I'll give Tank this. What I'm learning about him is he has a poker face. Because I know for a fact that Rolly hurt him. I know for a fact that Isaac Cruz hurt him. I know for a fact. Now, Garcia might have clipped him, but I couldn't tell. And maybe even Ryan hurt him. Ryan made him uncomfortable, especially in round 2. So it's not like Tank invincible.
But Tank didn't change a lot, though. I remember back in the day when he was fighting coming up, like, he was like Mike Tyson. He really wanted to hurt his opponent. Like, you could see it in his face. Like, he trying to fuck you up in there, but it's like he done got that energy out of him. You know what I'm saying? But he still got it. Like, if you talking that shit, like really talking that shit, he really don't like you. Like, he gonna fight you differently than, you know what I'm saying?
and he one of them fighters, even though it's hard to put this moniker on him, he one of them fighters that if he gets hit and he get caught with a good one, He want his get back right.
Yeah, he wanted back, right back.
Just like y'all say Terrence is, Tank is the same way, and so is a whole lot of people. But definitely them two, you could definitely say that. And watch Tank face when he throw that uppercut.
Exactly.
Watch him when he throw that straight
bite his
left.
lip. He bite his lip. He goddamn be looking like, motherfucker.
Yeah, he be
take that
his
shit.
Teeth.
Yeah,
like, especially when he throwing that straight left and shit.
I even remember that day he was fighting somebody. I can't remember. And Floyd said something to him in the crowd, and he looked over at Floyd and he beat his chest. He was like, "No, hold on, I got this shit. Hold on." And went to whooping on Buddy ass. You remember that fight? Who he was fighting?
Was it Barrios?
Nah, it was somebody before all them.
Gamboa?
Nah, it was before that. It was like a Spanish-looking dude.
Pedraza?
Nope. It was somebody.
I don't know, yeah.
He was fighting somebody. Floyd said something in the crowd. He looked over at Floyd. He was like, "Hold on, man. I got this shit. Hold on. Watch this."
Cruella?
Went to whooping on Buddy ass.
Cruella. It might have been one of them.
You can see his face. He hit the dude 2 times. He looked in the crowd like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I told you." Then and then knocked his ass out of there.
Because Tank don't have a traditional just uppercut, just coming straight up the middle. That nigga have a swing with that shit like he's swinging a bat. And like it come from the left all the way to the middle, and he turns his body with it. And the fact that Tank can slow you down and throw them straight lefts and slow the pace down and all that when you fighting them. But that tells me that even just when he basically pity-patting you or hitting you a little bit, that must cause some kind of concern or give you pause, because the fighters always slow down to his pace. But like when Rolly will fight Devin Haney.
It was Pedraza.
It was Pedraza?
Yep.
Okay. When Rolly had to fight Devin Haney, I don't know if Devin Haney can take a punch. Consistently coming at his ass.
Pedraza had hit Tank with like a goddamn 3 or 4 piece combo. Mm-hmm. And goddamn Floyd stood like, "You gonna let that man do that to you?" And goddamn, he was like, "Oh, watch this shit though. Watch this." And man, that's when he ended up fucking Pedraza.
I think Floyd probably told him the green print.
He hit him with a 2-piece. He seen Pedraza was hurt. He's like, "Didn't I tell you I was gonna do this shit?" He, like you said, he bit that lip and went to work on his ass, then knocked his motherfucking head off his shot. I said, "God damn."
Go back and look at the slow down versions of when Tank knocks somebody out or hurt him. Look at his facial expression.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. He trying to kill your ass, and Ryan didn't want to be on that highlight.
Ryan, he showed didn't. Hey, but
it was going to come. It was coming.
Oh, it was coming for sure.
It was going to be ugly too.
So, by the way, y'all, Eddie Hearn is planning to expand the boxing market towards Malaysia. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that country, Malaysia. Mm-hmm. He doing it to give different platforms for boxers, so boxers can travel the world and fight in different spots or whatever, which sounds good. But Eddie is also interested in doing a tournament, with a several day tournament. What division he gonna pick, I don't know. But Eddie Hearn just signed that Cuban dude Cruz. Mm-hmm. He signed the Matchroom. And everybody claimed, I've never seen this guy fight, but the word on the street, that's right, I said street, is that this Cuban dude could beat everybody.
Yeah, I hear it.
We'll see. Also, Canelo looked out of shape. Did y'all even look at a highlight or anything?
I watched the fight.
You watched it? He looked out of shape from the look. I can tell you, I ain't watched the fight, but I saw some highlights. He looked out of shape. I think
it was ring rust, and he hurt his hand again. I think
he had the little fat on the edge on his obliques. He had a little flat up right there. He looked way bigger. Was it? His
punches was off all night.
He looked way bigger. And if you're gonna cherry pick these so-called notable fighters that's not on your level, then I always say when you boxing, if they ain't meant to be in the ring with you, you get them the hell out ASAP.
Exactly. Like, this
that's
nigga
your
lost
goal.
Fights.
That's be your mission. But it took him a long time to get the win. Everybody could see he was sloppy a little bit. The question is, for me, is why Charlo's so adamant. And I'm talking about
I said ring rust. That's what I said.
Why is Jermell Charlo so adamant about getting up with Canelo? Don't you got Tim Tszyu to worry about? But oh no, Tim Tszyu about to fight Carlos Ocampo, and he talking about, oh, this ain't gonna be no easy fight. How the fuck it ain't gonna be no easy fight? But then again,
Ocampo then Spence already beat him up.
Spence beat him up, but now Fundora he gave Fundora a good fight. So I don't know if he had improved after the.
That's the one that knocked Fundora ass out.
No, did he? No, he
didn't. Knocked Fundora ass out.
No, he didn't.
Somebody just knocked Fundora ass out.
Not Carlos Ocampo.
Oh, okay, no.
Yeah. Somebody I think did just beat him. But
I got the
Carlos
video.
Ocampo.
They knocked his ass out.
But why you so pressed about fucking Canelo?
Is it the one that's supposed to fight Canelo, or the little brother?
This the little brother. So let me tell you, this is the hypocrisy you got to deal with in boxing. Shut up, humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm imitating him because when he said, "Don't you got a weight division to clear out?" Remember? Oh, he said all these remarkable words about Bud Crawford talking about trying to fight him, which is a natural progression. So, but it ain't a natural progression for you to reach out to Canelo. He 2 weight classes above you. He even said, "Look, you can come down here and fight me and be setting Canelo up lovely to get some more notoriety." He's not even his weight class. He ran from that weight class avoiding Andre. So you want to bring him back down. You ain't got no business looking at him. Your brother should be looking at him. Ain't that what you telling Bud Crawford? Why you worried about me? Don't you got Spence, Jerron Ennis, and Virgil Ortiz and others to fight in the 147 instead of worrying about me? When in actuality, it is a natural progression. Bud could drop his belts and get head-of-line privilege to fight Charlo right now. So it's a natural progression, but not from Charlo to Canelo. But take your own advice.
Hey, look, I'm finna have a celebrity fight against Charleston White.
For real?
No, I'm bullshitting. But I want to whoop his ass.
You better leave Charleston White alone, that mouthpiece.
I just want to fight him. I don't want to harm him. I want to have a charity for the kids boxing match.
That dude funny as hell.
For real, he a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. Let's have a goddamn fight for the youth. We're gonna plan it. We're gonna do like wrestling.
I don't know about all that. But Charlo can call out.
You gonna have my back?
Yeah. I mean, I have your back. I'm gonna have your back way over here. I don't want to see all that.
No, I don't mean no harm to that man. I just want to box him.
No. He do too much controversy. Shit, I don't want you to even be.
She said do too much controversy. I don't do nothing, so he can't be controversial towards me.
But just sometimes birds of a feather. When you link up, But he can call out Canelo, but Bud can't call him out. That's my whole point. And like I said, I think he need to take his own advice. And then he turned around and said, "I don't duck nobody."
Who he
blah blah blah. Charlo, I don't know. He was supposed to be fighting Tim Tszyu. Now Tim Tszyu said that Charlo is on the decline, that he a drunk. I mean, this is Tim Tszyu words. Y'all don't get mad at me. It's Tim Tszyu words. He said he a drunk, he on the decline. And quite frankly, he was supposed to be fighting Tim Tszyu, but he not. So, hey, what the problem is, Charlo, take your own advice and finish your business at the 154, because you ain't for everybody. Eat your own words. This to me, when I heard that, when I saw that, I was like, come on, Charlie. You the
should fight that dude that just knock goddamn Fundora out. Wasn't that Brian Mendoza?
I don't know who, but we know that
Brian Mendoza knocked out Fundora.
Lubin knocked Fundora down once, but then
No,
Fundora
this
had
nigga
youth.
out.
Fundora had youth on his side, and even though he was a tall guy and skinny, that don't mean his fist won't be.
I got this shit. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you exactly who. I just made a video about this shit.
Fundora might be a big guy in the near future, but he got youth on his side, and he.
Yeah, Brian Mendoza knocked his ass out a month ago.
Damn. Well, that knocked him off the charts. That's why Charlo probably feeling froggy.
Brutal. I'm talking about brutally.
Look, that's probably he had flaws too, but he was a person that could take it. His youth was allowing him to just charge forward and would never taking out the gas.
Man, that nigga at blue. Ooh, that goddamn left hook. Oh my God. Then he hit it with a blue, a right. The 2-piece. Slammed his head to the ground. Oh my God. Jesus, that shit was ugly, Miss T.
Hey, where's Destiny?
She said she was feeling bitchy. Hey, Brian Mendoza hit that nigga with a left hook, right? He was stuck in the air on them long air legs, and then he came and hit his ass with a 2-piece, like boo, boo, and it was over with.
I gotta go check it out. Where is the share button that you was talking about?
Destiny, okay, hold on. I can't do it on here because I'm on the computer. But if you got a phone, and you go if you go to your phone and click on your live, you hit the X out of the chat, and then it got the share button.
I can't never go on my phone and pull my live up. I don't know.
Whatever your platform is, you just go to. I mean,
I've tried and tried and tried.
I'm just saying, if you on YouTube, you gotta go on. You going on YouTube on your phone?
Yeah, I do all that. Trust me.
And then you know where the chat at.
I understand everything you saying. I've done that.
Hit the X out the chat, and it should be a share button right next to live chat.
Yo, I've tried to be on live on my own shit on my phone, and it won't let me. And then when I'll be like, okay, I'm signed in, and by 2 days later, I'm signed the fuck out, and then I can't sign in, and then eventually I can get in. Like, man, I'm so tired of this goddamn. I don't know what's up with my phone, but I'm the type person, when I buy something, I ride it till the wheels fall off that bitch. Shit. I'm not the person that buy shit and be like, damn, throw it away and go buy it again. Fuck that. This I'm gonna have this phone till the wheels fall off. And my phone a piece of crap. The people be telling me like all the time, like, we can't hear you. It be dropping calls, and sometimes I can't hear no call. I was literally the other day looking at my phone, won't even touching it, and it started calling people. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yep. I should be doing that.
Should be like,
we in here with a TV. Now Future just turned on my phone. I was like, what the fuck? Future just turned on my phone.
Yeah. Like when my phone starts sending shit, messages or pictures or anything, I'll be like, oh, I need to get this ghost out of my house. I'm like, get this ghost out of my house.
For real. Turn my shit off. Take the Wi-Fi off, the data, the what's the other shit? The sync. Turn all that bullshit off.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of buttons I can push over here, but that's all I got, dude. Like it was gonna be a short night. I was talking to my little sister before I got on. I said, "Oh damn, we had to end the conversation so I can get on." As y'all saw, I started like 5 minutes late, but I told my little sister I would call her tonight.
I told you I'd be here. You know,
we had a good conversation too. I'm like, thank
you. Destiny said her auntie came in town. You know, Mother Nature.
That what she said.
Yeah. So.
Aunt Flo be just dropping in, unannounced and shit. Don't call nobody before she come and shit. Rude as a motherfucker. Ain't that right, Miss ATL?
Yes.
Aunt Flo a trip. She been getting on. Look, we've been trying to drop her ass off since the 90s and the 80s.
The guy said, "No, you won't get no cure for this shit."
Look, she persistent. She mean you ain't gonna break up with her.
She will always be there.
Just all in your business,
Straight
everything,
up.
causing havoc. She'll fuck up your whole weekend, man. You just spent
For
all
Real.
this money to go do
Whole beach
something.
trip,
Yeah.
birthday.
Hell yeah. You
You know what
can't
I'm
even
saying?
get in the beach water. You gotta look at everybody else play.
Yeah.
Then I get bit by a shark and shit. Try to go in that water.
I know, right? Something. I hear you. He said, I hear you, Miss T. I'm on my second smartphone. Sir Ampo, long time no see. What's poppin', King? He
What's
said,
going on with you? She said,
yeah, look, I'm telling y'all don't know. She done fucked up on many occasions on my behalf. I'm like that. I'm the bitch.
hell nah.
Good call.
Yeah. And then motherfuckers look at you like, what's wrong with you, nigga? You don't want to talk to me right now. Get the fuck out of my face. I ain't in no mood. I flow be putting you in a bad mood and shit and giving you gorilla strength and shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, I fuck a bitch up. I fuck anybody up. When you in that mode, when you don't be wanting, you know what I'm saying, Miss ATL, you be having strip like I don't know it, like, yo, man, I'm gonna go from 0 to 100 real the fuck
Real
quick.
quick, yeah.
What up, Ampo? What's going on, man?
Like Monica says, it's one of them days.
One of them days.
Hey, look, I told her, I said, oh, okay. Because she's like, she said, I'm feeling real bitchy right now. So I was like, oh, shit, don't let nobody stress you out and shit. She like,
I
nah,
know.
it ain't that. I was like, oh, shit, my bad.
I
Don't
feel
cuss
you.
me out. Cause you know how y'all get.
I feel you. This shit, she make you think about her ass too, cause you be planning trips and you be like, okay, let me count, let me see, because most people can be regular or you can map out your shit. Shout out to the, I feel for the people. I'm gonna say, shout out to the people who can't map that shit. Let y'all know I feel for you. Cause you
Shit
like,
gonna
I
work
don't
some
know.
type of way.
Yeah, when that shit don't have no rhyme or reason.
Shit gonna work some type of way. So shit, we gonna work it out. You know.
Yeah, still work it out. But it's like at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
She don't bother my ass no more.
She laughing at her.
She don't bother me no more.
I told her you laughing at her. You know what I'm saying? That shit over with. She ain't far behind you, Mitzi. You know what I'm saying? She been making jokes.
Nah, I done went and got the I done went to look.
Kneecaps going out. She almost up there.
Look, I done went and got the unorthodox removal.
Oh shit.
Hey, look, I done got the unorthodox way of getting her out of my life. Shit.
That might be the best.
I'd advise everybody to take that route. Boy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Life can be free? Life can be.
God gonna be waiting on the dick for y'all that idea.
Look, this is how I used to feel before I was 12. Oh my God, I ain't felt this in.
Hey, look, Mitzi, this how God gonna be looking at your ass at the gate like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How you gonna fuck up my shit?
So we moving parts now. That's what we doing.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
Yeah. But hey, he started with me.
Hey, look, if you shutting down the factory, hey, go on and get it done.
I keep playing. They gonna send this guy right here for you. You know what I'm saying? They coming for you. These my buddies right here. They gave me this poster. They came and visit me one night. They were like, "Shit, you got something?" I like, "Hell yeah, take this back to goddamn Saturn." I got you.
Look at Jared. Holla, Jared. What's up? What's up, Jared? Jared, you be coming in the late.
We smoked out, chill. That nigga zapped this poster on my wall. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Damn, don't forget me, home." He said, "Don't forget me."
At the bottom, I can't get the words out. I still can't because of the way it's written. Okay. Something alien I
Say,
can't
take me
see.
to. It say, take me to your dealer.
Take me to your dealer. You know what? He got that face. There was a meme going on Facebook where this white girl, she did, she was saying, "That's right, fellas. You can look but no touch. I'm only saving this for the white boys or something." And then the white man came behind her, like in a text, and said, "On behalf of all the white men, thanks but no thanks. You can keep that shit or whatever the fuck. But we glad to give you over to the brothers." And the brother was like, "Don't do that. No, on behalf of all the brothers."
Hey, look, I'm gonna let y'all see it in the dark. The nigga smoking.
Look, it's like I can see him smoking. He said, "On behalf of all the brothers, we don't want that shit either. I'm gonna pass it on to the Asian guy." So they did that. They kept passing it on, and then somebody passed it on to the alien, and he said, "Look, we don't want her either, and I consider it an act of war." But y'all trying to put this bitch on me.
Let me see you, nigga.
Yeah, I see him. He's smoking.
You see the blunt lit though.
Inhale, exhale.
Hold on.
I see it. The alien, he all happy.
You know what I'm saying? We were kicking it. I told you.
Hey, the alien said, "I consider it an act of war for y'all to pass this bitch on me."
You know what I'm saying? He came down, we smoked. He zapped this on the wall. He was like, he threw it on the wall. It was like, shit, man. When I come back, I'm gonna holler at you. He said they roll joints up there, so it's gonna last in like 3 billion years.
So you joking about that shit, but what if that shit had happened? What if that shit had happened for real? Because you got people.
Hey, shit, I'm gonna go kick it. That's just how I'm supposed to leave here. I think they'll bring me back though, cause they gonna want some more. And I know
but they gonna wanna poke and pride you and shit.
It is what it is. Nothing I could do. Shit, I can't fight an alien.
Independence Day say different.
I'll show them where to go though. They need some information. I got them. Like
the most creative thought on that type of existence to me come through Men in Black.
I'm like, look, the president in Washington, he ain't in North Carolina, he in Washington. You got them fly up like 3 states. And you
like, look, when on Men in Black, when they was like, you can imagine a country where there ain't nothing but roaches. I don't want to go into that country. Or like when they running shit. Or the country that's small as on Orion's belt when it was on the cast thing.
But what if they turn your ass to a roach?
Nah, nigga, I just know.
If
there's a such thing as shit, if I don't know what I was before, if there's a such thing as reincarnation, I don't want to know it. I said, reincarnation.
You crazy? I'll be the smartest roach out there, motherfucker.
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it until
I can't come out in the daytime because they goddamn, you know what I'm saying, or night because they're gonna smash.
No. If your planet is roaches, then the roaches run the planet. Just like the planet of the apes.
I'm talking about if shit was regular. If shit was regular and I came back as a roach and humans was around me and shit, I would know how to get the fuck away from the humans.
I don't want to, you know what?
If I get ate by a spider or something.
I would always want to come back as a human. So I don't want to be a part of that decision making or nothing. As a matter of fact, don't tell me.
If that happened, I mean, when you die again, you just come back as something else. You might be a bird this time.
Yeah, you could be anything. But, you know, you come back with your old memories, then, you know. But they say we kind of, they say it's true.
Talk the shit out my old lover.
But they say it's true.
Bird in the window.
They say, look, they say it's true.
In the window.
But your head got those memories, right? That's why, like some people, when they say you've been here before.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. You heard what I told my lady?
What?
I said if I came back as a bird, I got them stop the shit out of that. I'd be in the window every morning.
What happened to my boy? What happened to Like bird.
They be late here. I won't even be asleep. She be like, why the fuck is the bird still up? Goddamn 9:30.
I mean, sometimes I believe that, like, you've been here before.
Yeah.
You meet people and you be like, I feel like I just know you.
Mm-hmm.
My
And
son,
I think
been here.
he one of those kids, like he been here before.
He is. Yeah, he is. He's definitely here.
We ain't teach that nigga shit, but manners.
Like, and really not even that, but like he learned a lot.
Everything.
Like the proper, he talks so proper, and like he just,
you know what the fuck words mean, all that shit. 6 years old.
Like he knew movies before I was like, what? Where you get that one? When do you see? He had never seen it.
That nigga came to me and they said that's not logical. I was like, oh shit, nigga, you logical on my ass.
Yeah, he'd get logical. He outsmarted me a couple of times. I'd be like, all right, you got me. I don't even know. Let's look this up.
Yeah, look, y'all sound like my friend's son. When that boy was 2, she used to be like, he been here before, but he would say shit, and I'd be like, look at her like, how he know that? Oh, why would he say that?
Mm-hmm.
And he's 2. Like, how the fuck that get in his mind?
For real.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's why I believe that it's true. And they call it wiping your memories, but it don't be 100% wiped, because I think if there's a lesson you supposed to learn, I believe God will make you go through something over and over again till you learn that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga came in here the other day. Nigga said that movie was very intriguing. I was like, what the fuck? Well, how the hell you learn intriguing?
Yeah.
Y'all better check what he looking at on the internet.
Oh no,
he was watching a new kids movie.
He liked the movie WALL-E. It's an old Disney movie. It's WALL-E.
Yeah, about a digital computer like dude or something.
Yeah, right? Like it's like a robot. He got left behind and like to clean up and to clean up the earth, because the humans like really messed it up where they had to go out in space in a spaceship, and they got so fat where they can't move, but they needed to come back to Earth because they something was gonna happen. But he saved them.
That sounds like a later version of in our day Short Circuit. You see what activists saying? Irrational fear I always had was everything turned into roaches, like how Midas turned everything to gold. Like if it was just a chain reaction of everything transforming, roaches. Look, I don't want to live in that world. I do not want to live in that world where roaches dominate. Oh, Pete Gang. So I was driving down the street. It was not early morning, but it was morning time, like 9 to 10. I'm coming around the corner and down to the stop sign right before I come out my community, and we all had trash day, so we had our trash can in the street so the guy could come by, and motherfucker, I think this was a rat. Now you hear about in DC and places like New York, rats huge as a motherfucker.
Yeah, they bears.
Yeah, they big as motherfuckers. They baby wolves. but
little beavers.
It was a big ass rat, and I said maybe it's a possum, because the fact that it was on the sidewalk, and he was just scavenging around, because sometimes people put their trash in the trash can or they drip trash, and it just be nasty with their shit.
He was just hungry.
He was just licking the ground. Somebody had made a spill, and he was just on the sidewalk, and I was like, oh my God, because people walk in my neighborhood, and I'm like, if I was walking and I saw that shit, I'd have lost my mind. He was fat too, but he wasn't black, so that's what made me think, was he an opossum? He was a possum. But when he looked up, I didn't see the typical opossum face, but it's possible it could have been an opossum. Either way, that ain't good for me. Nigga, I sped off like the nigga could open my door and I was like,
give me the car, nigga, give me the car.
Like, let me get the fuck up out of here. I was like, man, trash man, hurry up and come. But now people always laugh at me. Activists know this. I do some. It might be illogical to some people, but
Didn't
activists
take
would
the
call
car.
this. No, he would call this wasteful. I double bag my trash bags, so I have my trash bag in the can, and then I fill that up, and then I tie a knot in it, but then I put it in another trash bag and tie a
I would have
knot in it.
got cold his ass. I would have ran his ass over.
But I do that because I don't want my trash can to be nasty. But the problem I'm having, motherfuckers throw shit in your trash can. I was in my window. I had looked out my window and saw this kid or these kids, group of kids walk down the street. They was eating some fast food, whatever. And then they ran up on my driveway and threw their bullshit in my can. Man, I couldn't get there fast enough. By the time I got to the door, they was halfway. You know, the kids be moving fast.
You say threw it in the trash.
Yeah, but no, you threw the bag that the McDonald's or something come in, but you didn't try to fold the bag up or nothing. So fries was loose in the can. Then the motherfucking drink won't all the way drunk. So that soda sugary shit is in the can and now bullshit, man. The can be nasty. Man, if I have it my way, my can would never be nasty. I wouldn't have no animals trying to come to my can because I double bag my trash bags.
But look, at least they ain't throw it on the ground or nothing. They tried.
I can't even get in a pad. I was so disgusted with that shit.
They tried.
I feel what you're saying. But I done went off on my neighbors like, because they had babies. And I done did my baby time. You know what I'm saying? With the peppers.
I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have did some shit like that. Thinking back when I was a teenager, we just walked through the neighborhood. But not throwing it on the ground, but, you know, putting it in the nigga trash. But I wouldn't think about that side of the consequence. Because that shit do be nasty when you got to goddamn, it be hot and then you got to clean the motherfucking soda. It's stuck to the inside. You can, your fries, ketchup.
Now your can dirty. Because you ain't gonna get that up. You gotta seriously wash it. Or you might walk up to your can and you got maggots around it.
Mm-hmm.
Or when my neighbors threw her with their baby diaper pair, because like sometimes they got that diaper pair just for the Pampers, and they threw those trash bags in my trash can one time because they ran out of room. I went the fuck off. Don't try to play me. Don't try to play me because, you know, like when you single people like to take advantage. Like just because I ain't married like you, don't try to play me. I'm not sharing. You know, that's when your man got to step his game up and go get an extra can. I'm not sharing my can. Number one, and Pampers, believe it or not, attract animals.
I didn't know that.
And I ain't got the first air baby up in this bitch. Like my baby, I done been through the Pampers stage and shit. And you throwing Pampers in my shit? Nah, nigga. They probably was like, what's wrong with that bitch? Hey, don't throw no Pampers up in this motherfucker over here. When I get through a stage, don't bring me back to that stage. I was happy to get out the Pamper stage and the pull-up stage. Don't bring me back to it.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? But anywho, y'all, it's been a nice one. I thought we was gonna do some educational stuff through here. We'll go ahead on and get off, and y'all, I'm gonna smoke some la la la.
La 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 la.
Hopefully, I don't fall asleep real quick. But yeah,
I'm saying elevate your mind, man.
Elevate your mind, man. Hey, Smokey, you fucking with my bud? I'ma kill you and
if you don't bring me my pack, if you go back to Saturn and you don't bring me my pack, I'm gonna fly up there and find you, man.
He said, y'all playing with my motion. One of my favorite parts of that movie is when he said, first of all, don't be calling up here like this JFG. He said, you was playing with my emotions, Smokey.
Don't make me Sinessa, man.
Anyway, you want to wrap it up, ATL?
Hey man, I appreciate everybody who came through. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Support my girl, Miss T. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on here rocking with her, man. I appreciate everybody who came through and show love all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If y'all got any questions, y'all know on the replay. Hit the like button first. First of all, the other number one, leave a statement. Remember, I told you can leave a statement on the replay or at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. That's boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. For those of you who do leave those messages, I get back at you. Y'all see that? I get back at you. We have a nice back and forth. I even talk to the disrespectful motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'll be like, and I talk to you respectfully. But
and if you want to hit me up, this
Yeah.
is my boxing channel right here. I do live sometimes and I do shorts, but if you want to subscribe to me, this is my whole name for my channel right here, man. Me and Miss T rock together. You're gonna see me mostly probably talking on her channel. I talk on my channel a little bit, but I ride with the queen, man. So hop on the boat, man. Like, subscribe, man. Make sure you hit that notification button, so you know when she drop. Because 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna be here and we gonna rock, man. We gonna grow and we gonna do what we supposed to do, man.
Yeah, now we promise. We promise. Now I don't know. I think he feels this way too. If there ain't nothing to talk about, we ain't gonna blow smoke up your ass. We ain't gonna reinvent the wheel or nothing like that. We talk about a myriad of things. He got his health and wellness part of his show, and I got mine. And
oh yeah,
talk about
water. Stay
right.
away from sugar. Water. Stay away from sugar.
That's both of our mantras. He on the stay away from sugar. I be on the water. I'm gonna tell you, nothing in life you do will you succeed at if you don't include water. And I'm so adamant about it. I could write an SNL skit on it, like a nigga trying to go for a job, but he ain't get the job because he ain't drank his proper amount of water.
Exactly.
Is that funny, activist? You know where I get that idea from? There was an SNL skit when who was it when Romney was running against Barack, and they kept talking about that company he was with called Bain. How Bain, that company would swoop in and knock your shit out of wax and destroy your company and shit. And they was showing how the dude kept blaming Bain for all his failures. He's like, man, I was trying to shine shoes. And Bain happened. Nigga, I fell out laughing. I was like, damn. Bain, a whole Fortune 500 company or one of them damn, what you call them damn companies? I can't think of it. Hedge funds. But they gonna give a fuck about a nigga shining shoes. But for real, that's how I look at water. I don't care what you doing, what you trying to do. If you don't include water, you're gonna fail at it.
Me too. If you up at 12, I might I think I'm gonna do a live at 12.
Okay.
About the Aerosmith Jr. and Crawford talks.
I know. Remember we were gonna save it.
Okay, we'll save it. But I'm gonna go live on something tonight.
Well, you can still talk, but just say something.
No, we'll save it. We'll say that. We'll say that. But you know what I'm saying?
Give us
I'm gonna go live on something. At 12.
Give us time to digest that story too, even more, to see how things shaking out or whatever. Because if they're talking, then hey, you don't know. Hey, it might be. We'll see. Y'all guess is as good as ours. But other than that, if it's nothing else, like he said, water, no sugar.
No sugar.
Water, no sugar. We gotta make a song of that. Eat, drink water, no sugar. Other than that, in the famous words of Pamela James.
Peace.